Hey guys, just wait for a few of you to come in. So this music in the background is a friend of mine. His name's Brandon Reed Jones, and yeah, you'll find him on Spotify and things. If you go to one of my videos, let's turn him down a little bit. No, wrong one. Bring him down a bit. We go to one of my videos, even this one. Go to the little drop down menu and show more, and there it is there. If you just copy and paste that into Spotify, then you'll see his album in there. Some great music. This is one of my favourite songs. Also down here is the link to my folder, which I use regularly. It's the best. It's the best thing for people that have organisation skills, or lack of organisation skills. So people have ADHD. It's got so many different things in there to help us. Priorities, mind maps. It asks questions like, if you didn't get to the appointment, why didn't you get to the appointment? And then it asks the question, what are you going to do next time that you have that same issue? So I really highly recommend that anybody watching this goes down and grabs hold of that. This. I wouldn't be doing this video if it wasn't for that. This one here, Eat That Frog, is done by a life coach called Brian Tracy. Incredible man. Again, procrastination, delaying things, putting things off for another time, is something that we all struggle with. Having ADHD, it just comes. It's part of the natural, evolution, as it were, of our the way that our brains work. So, yeah, 21 great ways to overcome procrastination. I'll be covering a lot of this stuff, and I'll use a lot of his content in my videos as time goes on. I won't be using too much of him today, but that's that one. And then obviously the Patreon. If you want to donate £5 a month or £10 a month or whatever to help me, then that's great. I'll move on from there. The Discord is really quite important, because in the Discord, I'm hoping to build up a community so that we can all talk amongst ourselves. And what you find then is that you've got... I'll just turn him down a little bit again. What you find then inside the Discord is that so many people that have got ADHD, you start to realise that ADHD really is a thing. And for a long time now, people have just said that, you know what, ADHD is a load of tosh, it's junk, it doesn't exist, it's in people's mind, it's people that are lazy, they're just putting a tag on it and all the rest of it. Well, when people with ADHD all get together, you start to realise, hang on a minute, this guy loses his phone, his wallet, his keys, is late to appointments, is flipping about all over the place, he drives halfway up the road and then realises that he's left his whatever it is that he's going to meeting box at home, or he's gone to work and he's left his drill and tools in the garage or whatever, and it's a flipping pain in the ass. But when you get everybody together in a room that have all got the same problem, it can be really, really encouraging to know that you're not the only one that's like that. Okay, so I highly recommend coming down here, follow this link, show more, get this because it will save you so much heartache and stress. And this one here, the Discord, is this is where the family I'm wanting to grow is going to be. I also train people in crypto and how to trade and things. So there is a section in there as well for those that are neurotypical, if you like, normal people that will fit in a circle, perfect life. yeah, there's a place for them in there as well. I'll be doing a crypto video and a financial video after this one, but for now, this is just an ADHD thing. So, without further ado, I'm just going to come back up to here for now. Get a bit of a Brendan Reed Jones going on in the background again, and yeah, let's have a look at right. I was going to discuss. This is going to be something that you can't really listen to as in the car, kind of going along. You're going to need a pen and paper. So if anybody's sat at home right now and you've got the resources to get a pen and paper, then I recommend that you grab one because you're going to need to be writing things down. All right. Let me just stick. I've got a few monitors here, and I just need to move some things around. Hang on. What we're going to need is hang on, no, we don't want that one. Yeah, what we're going to need is you guys to take a pen and paper. All right. So purpose is stronger than object. Sounds complicated, but write that down. The purpose is stronger than the object. And what we're looking at now is setting goals in life, because without goals, most of you will have heard the phrase, if you don't make a plan, then you plan to fail. Okay? So with your pen and paper, write the heading, goals, and then underneath goals, write down purpose is stronger than object. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by purpose is stronger than object? Yeah, let me give you an example. If you were to write down a list of things that you want, if money was no object, if you could just wave a magic wand and you could have anything you wanted to. Let's say you decided that you wanted a £1 million or dollar house. Okay, you think, well, I can't afford that. That's an impossible thing. But if it was just going to be a house to dwell in, then you think, well, yeah, that would be your answer. But then with a change of mind and a twist of mind, you say, well, what using your imagination, what are you going to do with your £1 million house? Because now you've got goals. If you were to write down a list of 50 goals that you want to achieve in life, then that $1 million house might be the dwelling. You could be like, this house is going to be the center of everything. You couldn't imagine what I'm going to do with this house. What's going to happen in this house? The businesses that I'm going to build within this house, within this home. You've got people like Robbie Williams and the other dude who sings on with Take That, whatever his name is, Gary Barlow. In his home, he's got his own studio. Prince, Michael Jackson, they had their own studios in their house. Yeah. So yeah, they had houses that were millions, but within that house, they had so much. You might be a builder or a carpenter. Well, half of your house could be a massive workshop. You can't imagine what you could do with it. But without using your imagination to find out what it is, once you got your purpose, then the object itself, regardless of how big it might seem and how far-fetched and out of reach it is, then without the purpose, then it is out of reach. I'll give you another example, right? Let's say I was to say to you, look, I'm going to give you a Tesla and I'm going to give you a Range Rover for as long as you donate to me £1,000 on my channel. I want you to donate me. This is hypothetical, right? So don't be donating me £1,000. Let's say you donate me £1,000. I will give you a Tesla and a Range Rover. Okay? But next week I'm going to do a course on how to get £1,000. Most of you will be like, forget the £1,000 course. Just make sure the keys are ready for the Tesla, because you'll find the £1,000. The £1,000 nothing. Let's say it was £10,000 that I was saying. Look, give me £10,000. Donate to me £10,000. I'll give you a Tesla and a Range Rover and a Ferrari. And I'm going to give you a course on how to get the 10,000. again, you'd be like, forget the 10,000. Just make sure the keys are ready and the V5 logbook for the Range Rover, the Tesla, and the Ferrari. Forget the 10,000. But if I say to get £10,000 now, for a for something, it'd be like, nah, I ain't got £10,000 cash lying around doing nothing. That's because the purpose isn't big enough. But the Range Rover, the Ferrari, and the Tesla for £10,000. So forget the course. I'll get the £10,000. Just make sure that's ready. So the purpose is stronger than the object. So what's the purpose? Well, the purpose is the fact that you're going to have these three massive assets now. You understand? Okay. So with your pen and paper, what I need you to do is write down a list of things that you want in your life. And I'm going to give you some time. I might put some music on or something, but as fast as you can, I want you to write down, say, 50 things. If money wasn't an object, I want you to write 50 things down that you can that you want, regardless of whether you think you can get them or not. Okay? They're out of reach, they're out of range, or some things might not be. Some things might be easy. But I want you to write them down, okay? So I'm going to play some music. Let's go off in the background. I won't be too long, because you can always rewind this and re-watch this video back, okay? So write them shorthand really quickly. 50 things. 10-year goals, 5-year goals, 3 years goals, 1 year goals. Doesn't matter how long, but maybe you want to go to Thailand. Maybe you want to go to Jerusalem, Israel. Maybe you want to go and see Alaska. Maybe you want to go to New York. Maybe you want to go to the States. Maybe you in the States might want to come over to London. Maybe you want to go to China. Egypt, see the pyramids. Maybe you want a Tesla. What car do you want to drive? What's your ultimate car? Maybe you want to go to some really poor areas. Maybe you've got a conscience and you think, I'd like to go to some of the poor areas that are really struggling at the moment. Maybe you want to go to Kenya. Maybe you want to find out if Australia really exists. Okay. Maybe you want to go to the Philippines. See, travel. I remember sitting there thinking, seeing all these planes going over and thinking, I'm going to be on one of them planes one day. And here I am now. I've been India, Europe, Canary Islands, Romania, Turkey, Cyprus, Poland, Spain. So I've been travelling. I'm going to Israel next week. Okay. The thing is in life, you don't want to just survive. You ask people sometimes, you say, how are you getting on? And you really like this person, you're really genuine. You say, how are you getting on, mate? And they go, not bad, I'm getting by. Do you want to just get by in life? Is life just about getting by? Because that's just survival. You don't want to just get by. Living from one day to the next, wondering what you're going to eat, or, whether you got enough money to to do anything with. If you don't write down these goals that you've written down now, and I hope that you have, if you don't write down these goals, then you're not going to plan for the future. Remember at the beginning I said, those that don't plan to fail. It means that in 5 or 10 years time, hopefully when I'm still doing these videos, you guys hopefully will be on your way to have achieved a lot of what you've written on that list, because I'm going to go through how to get those things shortly. You following me? So whether it's the traveling, whether it's the car, whether it's the businesses that you want to own, whatever it might be that's on your list. Maybe you want to have a spiritual connection with something. Maybe you want to read the Bible from cover to cover. Set it as a goal. If you can't read, set it as a goal. There's a book that I bought recently, How to Read a Book. And the master overseer of that book was the guy who oversaw the Encyclopedia Britannica. Can't remember his name. It escapes me for a moment. Great book. I'm still at page 70 odd. I need to carry on reading it. But apparently it gets interesting at page 300. So I've got to persist. I've got to carry on. You learn more, you earn more. Okay? Maybe on your list is languages. You might want to learn languages. It's amazing. I speak Punjabi. And you'll be surprised how many people, when I go to places where Punjabi people are, that are shocked. They're like, Punjabi bolda? Gora ha? Ki hai? Baji, तुसी पंजाबी बोल सकता क्यों? So, yeah, learn a different language. Yeah, so all these are different doors that open. You might make $100,000 or $5,000, but learn another few languages. Instead of $100,000, it might be $1 million. Instead of 400,000, it might be 400 million or 4 million. You know, language makes your ability for business international, regardless of what your business is. Okay, but whether we're talking business or whether we're just talking simple goals, the imagination at the minute is just where we're at. We're not actually thinking too far ahead. Okay, so you've had enough time now to have written down your things, your goals. So now you've done that, I'll stick another track on. And this time what I want you to do is write down on all of those goals. I should have said it at the beginning, if you write it down from top to bottom rather than across. Because what I want you to do is, if you hopefully you've written it down from top to bottom, I just want you to put in before it or after it either a 1, a 3, a 5 or a 10. Because I want you to put down whether it's a 1-year goal, a 3-year goal, a 5-year goal or a 10-year goal. Alright? So I'll stick another track on, and yeah, put those digits down. A 1-year goal, 3-year goal, 5-year goal, or 10-year goal. Okay? Couldn't stop to explain the reason why I feel like I do today. And don't forget to like and subscribe. If you can do that at the same time as you're writing the 1s, 3s, 5s and 10s, press the like button. So this is a workshop, so you need to have a pen and paper. You're going to be doing this with me. I've done this. Don't ever think I never had the time for you. I've got all the time you need, but I need some time myself to try and This is all good stuff, guys. You'd pay a lot of money for to go to a seminar. Sorry. You pay a lot of money for this. Isn't this good stuff? Get your goals on paper, write it down. And then after this, we're going to do some affirmations and turn around and make these a reality. And then mind map how we're going to achieve them, okay? See, with ADHD, for those that are not ADHD diagnosed, ADHD's crazy. It's crazy. And the reason why is because one moment you can be flying around like a lunatic. Like, people just can't keep up with you. They don't know where your brain's at because you're going crazy. But then there's other days where you just completely dull and you can't move. You just procrastinate, you leave everything, you're on watching TV and there's nothing in you. So to have goals and every day to be able to work with your goals, even if it's just little steps, these are the things that are going to move you along in life. So in 10 years time you can look back and go, I remember 10 years ago when I watched that video listening to this crazy song, and I'm a totally different person than I am now. And for any of you guys that are 35, 40 years old, you're now living your second part of your life. You're now working on your second part of your life. So if you've not done anything within the first 35, 40 years of your life, if you've not done anything, now is your chance to work on the second part of your life. Don't make it the same as your first if you haven't achieved anything. If you haven't achieved anything great. Because now we can achieve something great because we've got 35, 40 years of history. And if you're younger than 35, maybe you're 30 or younger, then that's great because you can still use your youth and your vigor to be able to achieve and focus that motivation into some of these goals that you're writing down now, okay? So 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year. Okay, you got less than a minute now. And if you've already done it and you're just listening to me ramble on and listening to this song, write down some more goals. I'm sure I've given you some more inspiration while I was babbling on and talking. What car do you want to drive? How far do you want to be able to run? How much do you want to be able to bench press? How much do you want to be able to deadlift? How far do you want to be able to ride on a bike? What mountains do you want to climb? Alright? Good stuff. Alright. So we'll stop that one then. Brendan Reed Jones. Shout out to Brendan. Okay. So now you've done that. How do you eat an elephant? Okay. This is Brian Tracy. I'm quoting Brian Tracy now. So how do you eat an elephant? And it's one bite at a time. So now you've got your list. You can look at what's on your list, how long it's going to take to achieve these goals. And every day in your planner, just write down a bite-sized chunk of something that's going to start you on your journey. Let's say that, for example, let's say that you want to have $20,000 or £20,000 saved up in your bank account for a rainy day. Maybe you want to deposit for a house, okay? It's not going to happen unless you start putting some money into some indexes, into some funds, into some, even if you just save it, regardless of the depreciation of our currency via the inflation, okay? Just keep it going. certain cryptocurrencies, very powerful way of making money quickly. Um, some look at the FTSE 100 or the S&P 500 and put some of your money into those stocks. But start investing your money into something that's going to bring you back a return. Some forms of passive income. Okay, so you've got goals in place. If money saving is a goal, then that's fine. I'll speak about money for a second, right? Because you could turn around and say, well, okay, well, I want to be a millionaire. I want to literally have £1 million in my bank. And that is a really, really worthy cause, like having £1 million house. But if you've the only reason why you've got the £1 million house is to show off to the neighbours, look, I've got the nice house, you know, with the 5 windows at the top and the nice big porch and the swimming pool in the garden, that's fine. That's great that your neighbours can see it. Great. But that's all you're getting from the house. But if, like I said earlier, you can't imagine what's going to happen in this house and what we're going to do with it, and how it's going to be the centre of activity to my business and to my goals and to achieve things, then the why gets bigger, then the more likelihood of you getting the house is. Likewise, with the money, if you make a start and you know what you're going to do with the money and where you're going to go, then even if it's just £10 a week that you're consistently putting away into something like the S&P 500 index funds, Bitcoin, whatever it might be, some of the altcoins like Algorand or Cardano or any of these ones, diversify your portfolio of where you're putting your money so that you've got a better chance of your money going up in value and then bringing you back a return as well. But once you've got the £1 million, I think that is a very worthy goal to achieve. And the reason why I'm saying it's such a worthy goal, it's not because of being materialistic. It's not so that I can come on the camera and say, "Hey guys, just to let you know, I'm a millionaire." It's It's for what it's what got you. It's what got me here. It's what got you there. It's what got you to become a millionaire. The things that you had to go to, the courage that it took for you to take some of the leaps of faith in order for you to get to where you got, the lessons that you had to learn along the way, the audio books, for me being dyslexic, the audio books that I had to listen to, the consistent effort of writing things down, bite-sized chunks of the goals that you've written down. I don't know what your goals are. I'm not having a conversation with you at the minute. There's no one's putting anything in the comments because it's early. In England, everyone's at work. In the United States, you guys are asleep. So now's not a good time. But as you write down these things, every day you can put a bite-sized chunk of something that's going to push you towards that day. Now, if you have an ADHD day where you have done literally nothing, you've got up at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you've come downstairs, you've had a bit of breakfast, some cereals or something, and you've gone and watched TV all day, and then you go up to bed, make sure that something on your list, even if it's just a bite-sized chunk, you've done. Okay, if it's a health regime, make sure that you do 100 press-ups a day. Before you go to sleep, just bang out 50 press-ups, have a shakeout, do another 20 press-ups, have a shakeout, do another, then do another 10. You've done your 100 press-ups. Yeah? If it's a health thing. If it's not and it's something else that you've got to do, maybe you're building something, maybe you're doing an extension or whatever, then just go out and fit your door frame or whatever it might be. I don't know what your situation is, but make sure that every single day you do something that moves you more towards the goals that are on your list. Okay? Which brings me on to my last point, is affirmations. Now, affirmations comes from the word affirm, affirmative. Okay, so you write down things like, so put a big line under everything that we've done, everything that we've spoken about now. Okay, and now put a heading called affirmations, right? So you've got all of what we've spoken about. You've got all of your lists of things that you want. You've numbered them 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. And then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go into each one of those and then mind map. So literally a big circle with what your goal is, and then from that a line with a smaller circle and all of the different steps that you need to do to make it happen. And and a big balloon, right? You know, like you get the high balloon with a little like speech bubble. You need to have a speech bubble coming off of your goal, and put the word why. Why do you want it? Why do you want whatever it is that's in that list? Because, like I say, if it's the house, if it's just to show off to your neighbours, like I say, that's great. But like I said earlier, if the why is small, um, if the purpose is stronger than the object, then the why is it. If the why is if the why is what should how to word this? If the why has no power behind it, has no inertia, has no pump, has no pressure, has no force, then the motivation later on will start to lack and wane. But if the why and the result from the why is big, then you're more likely to pursue that goal and make it a reality. All right. So you might want to choose when you do it. You might want to go through them all with your mind map. Put mind map every single one of them. Might take you 5 sheets of A4 paper, but mind map every single one of your goals, and then put a Y next to each one, and then maybe number the Y 1 to 10. And then if you got like a 10, that's like key. That's going to change your life forever. And I'm hoping this video will change your life forever. Because if you follow these things that I'm suggesting that you do, then in 10 years' time, you will be a millionaire. This will completely change your life. Everything that I'm saying now, if you do, it will change your life. All right? Just got a comment there. Hi, Tony. What advice would you give for someone who struggles to figure out what they want to do and what their why might be? Yeah, I can. Okay, so we've got somebody on here called Bethany who wants to know that. So if you're struggling to do that, if you've got your list and you're thinking, okay, so this girl here is saying or lady is saying struggles to figure out what they want to do. This is what I would say. I would say if you don't know what you want in life at this stage, and however old you are, if you don't know what you want at this stage in life, then what I would say is look around at people that are in your life. Look around at people that you've met. Look around at people that inspire you, and say, well, they've got this, and this, or that, or that. Or if it's not a physical thing, it could be a spiritual thing. It could be a materialistic thing. It could be a there's so many colors and shapes see, I've got a mind map on here. There's actually a mind map there which I want to get done for this week. But yeah, let me just find out my one, what I put down, which should help you. Here it is. So I would say these are the things to consider. These things here. So I would say health and fitness. Are you someone who feels that you want to be healthier and fitter? If you are, that might be a goal that you'd want to put down. Why do and if it is something that you want, then why? Is it because you want to turn around and say, look how good I look in a dress? Or is it so that you can run a marathon? You might want to do a half marathon or a marathon, and you're not in shape. So what's your health and fitness reasons? Your business, your career. What do you want to do in life? What are your areas in life that you want to do? If you don't know what you want to do in your business career, I would say look again at people that you admire and say, I'd love to have their life, but I just don't know how they do it. Look at them people and then think about what they've got and what they do, and then that might inspire you. So look at other people that you admire and inspire, and use their template, if you like, for part of your lists and reasons. Family and friends. Are there any of your family and friends that you feel that that you'd like to be closer to, that you'd like to make more of an effort with, then write that down as a goal. I want to spend so much time with such and such a person, or I'd like to get to know such and such a person a little bit more. So yeah, family and friends and relationships. And relationships might not just be friendly relationships or friendly relationships. They could be business relationships. So it might be that you wanna move forward in an area within your work, and somebody else is where you want to be. Then ask that person and try and find get a friendship with that person and see if that person can help you along your journey. So that's just another one. So personal development. The more you listen to podcasts or videos like this, you will start to get inspired, because when you listen to these types of videos and this type of content, you will start to get inspired. I'm currently thinking about different businesses to open up, and and the more I learn, the more businesses are coming to my mind, the more I want to start them up. But that wasn't the case before I started doing my personal development. Okay, so I'd say personal development and videos like this. I'm trying to bring one out once a week. So if you can tune in once a week with this, that should help you. If not, reach out to me and I'm happy to talk to you. Finance. What are your finances like? Are you short of money, or is it something that you'd like to have the £1,000,000? Of which I'm suggesting that it should be on everybody's goal. Not because you've got £1,000,000 that you can turn around and say, look, guys, I'm a millionaire. But like I was saying earlier, to have £1,000,000, you can turn around and say, look, I got this, but look at what it cost me to get here. I've learned negotiation. I've learned how to close deals. I've learned how to run businesses. I've learned courage. I've learned how to invest. I've learned how the financial system works with economics. I've learned all these different things. You don't get to be a millionaire without knowing all of this stuff. It just doesn't just come to you for nothing, unless you win the lottery and you get lucky. You don't get it. And if that is how you get it, you're going to lose it pretty quick, because you don't understand how to then invest that million to make the 1 million 10 million. And I'll give you an example. You can work at McDonald's, for example, right? Nothing wrong with people who work at McDonald's. It's actually a very good company to work for. They've got some great benefits. But let's say you're on £7 an hour at McDonald's, and all your job is to clean the tables and haul out the trash. To get from £7 an hour to £8 an hour, all you got to do is whistle as you're working, and then say "Yay McDonald's" as you're doing it. And the boss will see that you're doing that. You're enjoying working at McDonald's. You're saying "Yay McDonald's." You get your stars, and next thing you know, your £7 an hour goes to £8 an hour. You've just made a 15% pay rise just by saying "Yay McDonald's" and whistling as you go out. 15%. That's quite a bit. And then, but that applies to everything else. So whatever it is that you're on, if you're working for a company, to just add 15% onto your wages isn't that difficult. Yeah. So then to double that and to go from £7 an hour to £14 an hour, you've got to become the manager of the store manager, and then etc. And it goes on. And then obviously you would then do a side step and go into something else, because you've now got management underneath your belt, because it's all personal development and moving forward. It doesn't matter where you work or what you do. Personal development is always there. Recreation. What do you do for your recreation? Is it just sitting down in front of Netflix every day, or is it going out, traveling places, getting in your car, going down? I mean, we're in the UK here, but there's some beautiful places in the UK. There's the Blue John Mines. There's Cheddar Gorge. There's Wales. There's Scotland. There's the Lake District. There's Keswick. There's the Peak District. There's London City, which is an amazing place to be. There's the riverboat that you can go on. There's some amazing places in the UK, and it's so close to us. I mean, in America, they've got miles. They have to get planes to get from one side of the country to the other. In the UK, you can be from the bottom to the top of the UK in 6-7 hours, and you've travelled the whole length of the United Kingdom. You've gone from London to Scotland. It's yeah, it's nuts. Um, yeah, great stuff. The UK is a brilliant place. We haven't even got to leave the country. Yeah, so recreation, what do you do? Yeah, sports. So yeah, there you go. Spiritual. What's your spirituality like? You know, do you believe it? Do you believe in God, or are you an evolutionist? Do you have any kind of spiritual goals in life where you want to achieve? All these are different things, and they all might want to go down on your list. So I hope that gives you some kind of insight as to what you can do to figure out what you want to do, because there's a lot of facts there. Um, and and if you're still struggling, then I would still say look and get from look at someone that you admire that's got what you want, and go and ask them and say, look, you've got this, I want it, how do I get it, can you help me please? And if they've got what they've got, they haven't got there through not giving back, because that's what happens when you start to move forward on your journey. You start to change in your personal life. When you leave a hotel, do you leave it all scruffy, or do you take the sheets off, ready for the cleaner? When you leave the hotel, do you turn the light off? Silly little things like that. You know, uh, it's small, but there's one proverb that says if you're faithful in the least things, then when the big things come, you'll be able to handle them. So just these little things, you say, well, I'm paying for the hotel, I'm paying for the electric in my price, but just turning off that light, and taking the bed sheets off might bring the prices down at the hotel. Who knows? But in your mind, you can leave that hotel knowing that you're the person that left that hotel. You switched the light off, and you took all your bed and sheets off the bed, ready for the bed maid, ready for the maid that comes and cleans it. You've done that. And if you're the only person in the hotel that's done that, then you stand out as being someone who's got the moral high ground, that's a little bit better than everybody else. And you know what? You've got ADHD. You're the one that people think should be down here. You're the one that should be down here thinking, oh, well, they wouldn't think of something like that. But if you walk out of there knowing that you've done something that all of the other ones, the circle ones, the ones that are atypical, that's something to be proud of. And that's the start, even though it's such a small thing, that's the start of you growing in your personal development of becoming a better person. Yeah? So hold yourself like you're a millionaire. And that's it. So affirmations. I was talking about affirmations. I hope that helped, Bethany, and that's good stuff. I'm pleased. Okay, so affirmations. So a lot of what you've written down about what you want, some of those will be part of your affirmations. Okay. Now affirmations, like I said earlier, come from the word to affirm. So I want you to write down now some of the things that are on your list that you think you really want, even if they're out of your reach. And let's use the millionaire word. Okay, I want to be a millionaire. That's not an affirmation. I want to be a millionaire. That's a goal. An affirmation is I am a millionaire. So write down now, I am a millionaire. And I want you to say it as you write it. You might feel a bit funny, but say it, I am a millionaire. Then your words, you speak it, you hear it, all your senses it's going in, because it's only your brain that's stopping and closing the door from having the courage to go out and be the millionaire, that's stopping you from going out and getting whatever it is that you want to get. Okay, so I am a millionaire. Okay, what car do you want to drive? What car do you want to drive? Be nice to turn around and say, well, I want an M4. Could you afford the petrol? I don't know. If you're a millionaire, maybe. Then write down the car that you drive. I drive an M4, or I drive a Mustang, or I drive a Range Rover. Yeah. I drive such and such a car. I own such and such a property. Yeah. So these are affirmations. So write down 5 affirmations but they're present tense, that you actually own them, you earn them, you've been them. Uh, I have been to the Philippines. I have been to Australia. I have been to Egypt. I have been to India. Wherever it is that you might want to go. I have been to Brazil. I have been to Ukraine. Whatever it might be, I have been to Russia. Don't do those. But it gives you some idea, okay? These are affirmations. And you need to keep going back to these affirmations and saying them, okay? Because without saying them on a regular basis, they're not going to go into your noddle. And it's all about synopsis. Fire in. Just keep them going. Open up the door. All right, and I think that's about it for now, guys. That's the workshop for today. I know it's been a long video, and if any of you have managed to stay on all this time, and if you've actually got the pen and paper and written down everything that I've said to do, fantastic. But what I'd like to say before I just sign off, okay, is I'm just going to go back in, and I want you to please like the button, because I don't get paid for any of this. You guys don't give me any money for it, all right? So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to press the like button for me, please. If you could press the subscribe button, you'll get all the videos that are like this. I'm trying to get one out per week for you. The Amazon, if you follow this link here for this book, then it is incredible. You've got your vision. It's brilliant. It's just a great book. It really, really helps. It looks complicated. It really isn't complicated. It's the simplest book that I've come across. It even comes with stickers if you want to use them. I wonder if I can go in. So yeah, my vision board, gratitude and motivation, monthly spread, 3-month goals. Pretty much all the stuff that we've spoken about today, like your goals for the month. You know, some of the things that you like. You're going to see your parents, or taking your parents out for a meal, or your partner. I don't know if you can see there, like here, and in this one here where it says my goals. You've got personal development there. It's the second one down on page 2. Fun and recreation, spiritual. So if you can write down in there all of the lists of goals that you want to do during that month, then you'll do it, because you can then tick it off. You know, yeah, it's a great book. It really is incredible, and I really highly recommend that you get it. It's a little bit expensive, but I believe that it's worth it. Okay, so yeah, please press the like button, and subscribe, obviously, because I need you to do that for me. Discord is a little bit like WhatsApp, only it's a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little bit more interactive. We can do more. When I go on my Discord and other people are on there, we can share screens, so I can take you through stuff. All right. And again, Brendan Reed Jones. If you just put just copy that and paste it into Spotify, then that music that you were listening to earlier, you can go on to. All right, guys, and hopefully Maverick and the Guitar Man will have a listen later on. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to end stream now and say thank you very much for listening to me today. All right, guys, see you later.